Hi everyone, I'm going to get into this video really fast because I have just a few minutes, but I felt so excited to share with you something that I thought about today. As you know, the title of the video is, oh my gosh, I just don't want this to fall. The title of the video is going to be, everyone doesn't need to know everything, or something like that, because we tend to overshare everything and we feel like we need to share everything because everything is so fast with social media and so instant. So I wrote a couple points down that I thought about earlier, and I really wanted to talk about it. So have you ever had an idea, or you were working on a project and maybe you felt like you needed to tell somebody about it, but not because you were genuinely excited, just more of maybe you just felt like anxious? There's almost like an anxiety behind oversharing in my experience. So I don't know what that's about, but I know it has happened to me so many times. And then afterwards I feel silly because I don't know, it's like I shared something that belonged almost just to me. So anyways, to get more into that, when you overshare and you tell people things, you are inviting their opinions, and is what I'm trying to say. You are inviting people's opinions and thoughts you're not asking for, and in return, you get all of these evaluations that can be very overwhelming, and it can detour you on your path of whatever you're doing, your project, your content, your whatever it is. And so we have to be careful with how much we share and who we share things with, because it's almost like words have meaning, they have power. So when we are talking and sharing and people are giving us their opinions, or let's say you tell your aunt you're going to start a business, and let's say she had a business go south, so she decides to tell you, oh well, be careful because I had a business. And you've probably been in that situation before, where all of a sudden that person is telling you negative things. And I don't know why I said aunt. I've never told my aunt anything like this before, but it just came to my head. So I don't know. Anyways, that feeling though, when somebody kind of comes in and starts already like kind of pummeling it to the ground with their experiences or opinions, it sucks. It feels pretty icky. You feel almost, sometimes you can just kind of feel like quitting whatever you wanted to start. And how powerful is that? So that's something to take note on. Just be careful, because you're allowing people to give their opinions even when they're not wanted. And then people do project, and they do it without knowing. I think that's just a normal thing when you have a conversation. People do like to talk. So obviously they might share some things with you that you weren't asking for or looking for, and you kind of have to protect that space. Another thing is, I wanted to also say at the end of that point that not everyone's opinions deserve a seat at your table of life. You don't need to occupy them. You unless you go to somebody and you really ask for their opinion, it's none of your business. And then the second point I wanted to talk about was private wins hit different. So what I mean by that is, there's something about being proud of yourself without the applause of somebody else. Just that full circle moment where you are so on top of the world and just vibrating with energy because you did something you said you were going to do, and you did it by yourself, and you didn't need anybody else's opinions or even just recognition. You just did something you set out to do. So how exciting is that when you get to kind of have that little secret? It kind of feels almost it feels so enticing to just be able to have that relationship with yourself where you don't need the approval of others. It's kind of an unstoppable feeling. And then when no one knows you're building something, the win becomes yours and not a performance. So that's also just such an amazing feeling. It literally feels like just this energy is coming out of you, and it's like in your stomach. It's exciting. So, trusted people do matter, and I'm not saying to isolate yourself. That's not what I'm talking about. Just a disclaimer. I think trusted people are so important, whether that's your mom, your sisters, your brother, your boyfriend, girlfriend, or just significant other partner. It's more about selective sharing, I would say. Just you get to choose, and having that power to choose what you say to somebody and being able to slow down and choose those things is such a powerful thing. And it took me a while to learn that, and I was just thinking about that. I wanted to share it. Maybe there's somebody out there that struggles with that like I do, and you're not alone. It is very common, I think, to be this way and to feel this way. But let's just slow down and kind of choose. We can choose. That's the whole point. It's so amazing that we have that powerful, power. So anyways, that was my thought of the day. I hope it resonated with one or two of you. And if you're building something quietly, dreaming quietly, healing quietly, you're not behind and you're not doing it wrong. You are choosing to let your life be yours, and that's okay. If this resonated with you, maybe leave a comment if you want to, or maybe don't say anything and just take it with you. Bye.